Good day, everyone. Pasay Bali here. We are now on this May 6, 2024 NBA Game Day. We are now in this second round of NBA. We got a couple of games for today. And to kick things off, let's talk about this game number one of second round of the battle between the New York Knicks and Indiana Pacers. This one will happen at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's going to be 7:30 a.m. here in Manila. I'm just inviting everyone who have not subscribed yet to our YouTube account or YouTube channel, Pasay Baller. Please click on the subscribe button below. At the same time, hit on that bell logo. That way, automatically, you guys will be receiving notifications whenever new videos are uploaded. By the way, as we all know, we actually provide free picks right here in our YouTube channel. But for those who are interested to have and to subscribe to our MLB premium picks, you can actually reach us through Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp. Sorry about that. Having some cough, not really feeling well. Going back again, you can just actually check on the descriptions of our videos for those who are interested to to have our MLB Premium Picks subscription. Now, getting back into the game, the spread that is given is minus 5.5, and that's given towards the New York Knicks. Now, the New York Knicks will enjoy the home court advantage on this. In terms of momentum, well, it's kind of the same because again, both teams are coming off wins. But I gotta say that the New York Knicks should be having a bit of an advantage in terms of momentum because Indiana Pacers, they defeated the Milwaukee Bucks, a depleted Milwaukee Bucks lineup at that. They didn't have Giannis. They lost Damian Lillard, so that was expected from them. Indiana Pacers, they were expected to defeat Milwaukee Bucks. While the New York Knicks, man, a lot of people didn't believe them. A lot of people actually thought that it would be Philadelphia 76ers who would beat the New York Knicks, but it was the other way around. So I gotta say that the New York Knicks should have more confidence, and the New York Knicks should have more momentum approaching this game. Now let's take a look at the health and availability for both teams. Starting with in the Indiana Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton is listed as game time decision, but I gotta say that he will be playing. He's been in the IL for quite some time now, even in the first round. But he kept on playing, so I'm expecting him to suit up and play for Indiana. And of course, Benedict Mathurin is already out for the rest of the season. Now for the New York Knicks, 4 are already out: Julius Randle, Bojan Bogdanovic, Charlie Brown, and Dwayne Washington Jr. So. As always, the New York Knicks, they are actually behind or in terms of health and availability. So it's Indiana who's got the advantage in terms of that. Now this one's going to be tricky, and it's always like that whenever it's game number one. Sometimes you just don't know what to expect, even if you've seen both teams, even if you've seen both series of both teams. It's kind of, sometimes you got a lot of questions, you have a lot of questions. Number one is the fatigue factor. How tired or how fresh are they coming onto this game? Now, will they play the same way? Will they show up the same way that they did on the first round? Those are just some of the questions that we have in mind, of course, approaching a different series, approaching a different team. But on this particular game, I'm quite confident. I'm talking about game number one. I'm quite confident about the New York Knicks because the New York Knicks' number one weapon is their defense. And it's not like their offense sucks. Their offense is also doing good. It's just that their defense is really their killer. Now, looking at Indiana Pacers, the Indiana Pacers is one of the best in terms of offense in the league. Now, if they got an opponent like the New York Knicks, whose defense is really great, and looking at Indiana Pacers, their defense is not that good, it really favors the New York Knicks, having this kind of opponent. Now, also, I'm looking at other factors like rebounding. It's actually the New York Knicks who would have the advantage in terms of rebounds, especially offensive rebounds. In terms of matchups, I'm also quite confident that the New York Knicks would have people to actually take on the Indiana Pacers' top scorers. I'm talking about Siakam. I'm talking about Turner. I'm talking about Halliburton. Well, the New York Knicks, they got Anunoby. They got Hartenstein. They got Mitchell Robinson. And for For Halliburton, well, Josh Hart is right there, doing everything that they could to actually help his team win. So for this game number one, I know it's kind of tricky because of the spread. It's minus 5.5. It's hard to really win like big in this kind of matchup. Both teams won their first round, so both teams are actually doing good right now. But I'm gonna side with the New York Knicks. I feel like the New York Knicks would have enough defense and would have enough rebounding to give them the win. At the same time, to for them to cover the spread of minus 5.5. Also, another factor that I'm also looking at is that the New York Knicks, they are at home. The Madison Square Garden crowd should be crazy, should be happy because of what happened and because of what they did on game number one. So my pick on this one would be the New York Knicks minus 5.5. I expect another huge game from OG Anunoby. Peace out, Pasay Love, and God bless.